did this.
You think no one is gonna realize this is you?
The police are here.
You're gonna turn me over.
We're the bad guys. You could go to jail.
Whoever did this just ended his career.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Grey's Anatomy Diagnosis. My name is Shannon, and on my YouTube channel I diagnose the ins and outs of my all-time favorite show, Grey's Anatomy. Now on this YouTube episode I will be discussing season 13, the premiere. Now for those who haven't seen it, heads up, there's some major spoiler alerts, so let's get started. The season opens up with Owen and Amelia's wedding. Now we don't have to know too much about that because it's irrelevant for this episode. Moving on to the bigger situation, we have Alex Karev and Andrew DeLuca. What we need to know about them is that at the end of season 12, Alex beats the crap out of Andrew DeLuca because he is caught on top of Alex's girlfriend, Jo. Now, why is this a big deal? Jo is intoxicated and half naked, so any man would probably beat the crap out of another for being on top of their girlfriend. This being said, the season opens up with Alex taking DeLuca to the hospital because he beat him up so bad, and Meredith and Maggie are on their way there too. So now that everybody's at the hospital, Meredith is there to support her longtime best friend Alex Karev, and Maggie is there to support Andrew DeLuca because they used to have a relationship together. We don't need to go into that yet because we'll talk about that later in the future. So Alex is really uneasy about the whole situation, and the one person who notices is Dr. Ben Warren. Now why is this relevant? In season 12, Dr. Ben Warren also got put in a situation where he had to act fast. He had to do what he thought was right in that moment. And unfortunately, that left a mother and a baby dead. So when he sees that Alex is kind of going through the same thing, he acted on command, he thought he was doing what was right, Ben takes a step back and he's the one person to realize what he's going through. So, that being said, you see Meredith and Alex come together. And Alex explains to Meredith what happened. I walked in on Jo and Andrew and he was on top of her, yada, yada, yada. So until they exactly know what happened, Meredith says to lie. Lie about your hands, say you slipped in the rain, period. So from that point, going down to the pediatric floor, you'll meet April Kepner and Jackson Avery. Now they successfully just had their baby because unfortunately they lost their first one. They're not married anymore, but what you'll see coming up in this season is that their baby, Harriet, is now Harriet Kepner Avery. Now why is this a big deal? That name is going to be super controversial because those two names mean something completely different, but we'll talk about that later. Moving back to the main situation, you'll find that Jo, Alex's girlfriend, will eventually confide in Alex and tell him the truth. This leads Alex to want to tell DeLuca that he is sorry. But of course, DeLuca freaks out and Alex knows that he has to turn himself in at this point. So he does. Also, Meredith, as a doctor, knows she has a moral obligation to tell the truth. So on her way to tell the police, she sees Alex turn himself in. This shows how righteous of a man he actually is. So to conclude this episode, you see Alex behind bars and of course his best friend Meredith there to support him. And she states,
The past is written. There's no changing it. What's done is done. But the future is ours to choose, for better or worse.
So this concludes the premiere of season 13, episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, feel free to message me at the bottom and give this video a big thumbs up. Stay tuned for episode 2 of season 13 next week on Grey's Anatomy Diagnosis. Bye.